What is going on, guys, and welcome to episode 4 of the Chelsea Let's Play here on the FM20 Beta. Now, you will know, if you follow me on Twitter, I put out a tweet yesterday. I'm recording this Wednesday at lunchtime. I put out a tweet. I went to record episode 4 yesterday and just about finished with it. Was quite happy with the end result. As you can see in the top right hand corner, 2 really good results. And then I realised that the microphone wasn't plugged in. So, yeah, an absolute mare with that one. Really disappointed. But we move on. Instead, we will just play the next 2 games. Brighton and Burnley in the Premier League. If I give you a rundown of what's been happening, I mean, it's going over old ground, really, it feels like. But in the last episode, we beat Sheffield United 3-1. That was the last game. We then followed it up with a 1-1 draw at home to Arsenal. Tammy put us 1-0 up on the stroke of half-time, but Bukayo Saka with an excellent free kick grabbed Arsenal an equaliser with just under 10 minutes to go. We then picked up a massive result, a 2-1 win at home to Real Madrid in the Champions League. Willian even missed a penalty in this game, but we went 1-0 up thanks to Tammy Abraham. Kovacic made it 2-0. And then Valverde grabbed a consolation in the 89th minute for Madrid. A 3-1 win at Southampton. They are struggling on this game as they have been in real life. 2 goals from Kante and a goal from Kovacic were enough to seal the win. Buffal grabbed a goal just under an hour gone, but they weren't able to press on and make anything else of it. A 3-0 win against Sunderland in the Carabao Cup. Mason Mount, Kovacic and Pedro on the score sheet. Bit of a rotated side for that one. And then a 3-0 win against Leicester in the Premier League, against a struggling Leicester side, it has to be said, in this game. Willian again on the score sheet. Abraham grabbed himself a goal, and Kasper Schmeichel with the 3rd and own goal. Our only blip in 2.5 months or so, which is really good, but you know, the Bernabeu, always a tough place to go. We did lose 1-0. Toni Kroos in the 10th minute scored the only goal of the game, and we just weren't able to push on and really threaten them, which was disappointing. But we bounced back with a really big 4-0 win against Newcastle. Willian with 2, Abraham and Kovacic with 2 goals apart. I know in the recording yesterday I actually showed the highlights from this game, but I'll show you the Wolves highlights instead, because there were some pretty interesting moments in that one. And then the 2 games you would have seen in this episode, if I had done it right, we beat Salzburg 3-1 in the Champions League. They actually went 1-0 up for a really good goal and a volley from the edge of the area, but then they had a red card and that changed everything. We finally managed to make the breakthrough from the penalty spot thanks to Willian and Callum Hudson-Odoi. I said in the episode that Hudson-Odoi was a player that I wanted a little bit more from, and well, he duly delivered. 2 goals, 2 pretty superb goals, I have to say. And that sealed our qualification. And then most recently, a 4-0 win away at Wolves, who, you know, at the time, it came up in the Tunnel interview that they were the 2nd best form team in the Premier League. So to go to their place and win 4-0 was superb. If I show you the goals from this game, Willian, as you can see, grabbed himself a hat-trick. Abraham on the score sheet as well. So Emerson cut the ball out for the first one. Hudson-Odoi threw. Great tackle, but Willian was there to put it into an empty net. That was not even 30 seconds into the game. And then the second, Hudson-Odoi, great crossfield switch for Willian, who drills it. Patricio gets a hand to it, but not enough to keep it out. And this goal was comical. As you can see, trying to play it out from the back. Connor Cody robbed by Abraham, and a poacher's instinct puts it in the back of the net. The 4th and final goal, Willian from the edge of the area. Again, Patricia gets something on it, but not enough. And yeah, really convincing win. We were absolutely superb in that game. So yeah, Brighton and Burnley now to come. 2, you would think, easier games on paper. Brighton 17th, Burnley 19th. So hopefully we can press on and win those games. But we do have some tough games coming up. Lille in the Champions League, Liverpool and City in the Premier League as well. So it'll be a tough month, that is for sure. And I think if I just show you the table now, we are up to 2nd in the Premier League, just 3 points behind Man United. We've certainly clawed the gap back. City 2 points behind us now. Liverpool 3 points. Norwich and Bournemouth having really good seasons. A couple of sides struggling. The likes of Tottenham down there in 12th, Leicester in 15th. So it's been an interesting league season so far. As you can see, Willian, again, we mentioned him in the last episode, the standout player, the top goal scorer in the league with 10 goals, second highest average rating, most man of the match awards. He has been absolutely superb, still getting better all the time, even at the age of 31. Has rinsed me for a new contract as well. Was only on 120 grand a week, but demanded a new contract because he was in such good form. I thought I would give it to him, and yeah, he's on 300 grand a week still to the end of the season, because obviously Chelsea have their policy of 1 year contracts, and at the time it was offered, because it hadn't ticked over to January, the June after that didn't count as a 1 year contract, if you see what I mean. So he's still out of contract at the end of this season, but has got a nice bumper pay rise as a result. A couple of other players have signed new contracts as well. I think Kurt Zuma has, and Emerson as well. So yeah, happy to tie them down. Jorginho made his return in the Phantom episode, I guess. Came on for the last 10 minutes. Good to see him back from injury. But yeah, this is immediately after the Wolves result. So I will have to join you in a few days for the Brighton game. Okay, it is the first game day of the episode. It is Brighton at home. I wasn't going to make any changes for this game after the Wolves one. Why would you change a side that won's 4-0? But actually, 2 suspensions. Zuma and Dave both suspended, both picked up 5 yellow cards, which is really disappointing. But then it gives the opportunity for other players. So Tomori has come in at centre-half, and Reece James is going to play. I think this will be the first time you have seen him, but otherwise we are unchanged. So Kepa's in goal, James, as we said, at right back, Tomori and Christensen as centre-halves, Emerson at left-back. Mola will continue in the defensive midfield role. Jorginho is still not quite fit enough to play a whole game. Kante and Kovacic in the middle. Willian and Hudson-Odoi on the wings. Abraham up top. We need to pick up a win. United played the day before us and won 2-1. You would think against a struggling Brighton side at home, we would be able to do just that. The worst defence in the Premier League as well. So the game is underway. Pretty much a full fixture list this week or midweek in the Premier League. But yeah, as we said, United picking up a win against Watford, I believe. So we need to win the game to maintain the gap to them. But so far, it looks like it's been quite a quiet start to the game. A number of shots happening, but none that we've seen so far. The first highlight of the game that we'll be able to see is Reece James, who makes his way over to Hudson-Odoi. Sorry, I was concentrating on other things. Back to Emerson. Can he get a ball in? Crossfield ball to James. Inside to Kante. Good ball out to Emerson. Can he get a ball in now? He does. Aims for Willian, but he can't quite get there. But Abraham lays it off to Hudson-Odoi, and he scores his 3rd goal in 2 games. A powerful effort. Matt Ryan had absolutely no chance of keeping it out. He got a hand to it, but the power beats him. As you can see, Emerson looking for that danger man. But Abraham, a clever little layup to Hudson-Odoi. Ryan just could not keep it out. Hudson-Odoi grabs his 3rd goal of the season. Throw in now. Emerson to Abraham. What does well to work inside. Kovacic goes for the strike from distance, and it goes just wide. Well, it rolls around to half time in a fairly quiet first half, in all honesty. I think I'm going to say we can be doing better. After beating, we were 3-0 up at this stage against the 2nd best form team in this division. And yet, against strugglers Brighton, we're making hard work of it. I would like there to be a little bit more daylight as James knocks one in. And well, I think we're going to VAR. Looks like it's going to be a penalty. It is. And Willian is going to be the man to take it. Willian steps up and he scores, buries it in the corner, 2-0. We'll have a look at this one again. Willian converts. Ryan goes the right way, but never getting anywhere near it. And the man who just got a £1.1 million bonus for scoring 10 league goals. Yeah, I don't know how that was in his contract. Has grabbed another, I think that said it was his 14th goal of the season. Absolutely superb from this man. And now we come forward again. Hudson-Odoi does well. Gets past 2 men. Good ball out from Kovacic to Emerson. Hudson-Odoi whips it in. Can't get there. Kante. I think that's clipped the bar as it's gone over. The game, the football free-flowing from us now. Really good to see. And there we go. 2-0 winners. Very little happening in the second half, but we got the job done. That is the most important thing. And we press on now. Oh, I forgot to mention actually, the third round draw was done for the FA Cup. And we're playing Reading, which is nice to see. First game out of the hat, sorry. They're actually having a very good season in the Championship as it stands. Very contrast to real life. But there you go. So that'll be a nice little nugget for me. I was actually going to, in the plan for the last episode, I was actually going to include the FA Cup game. But as we're playing a bit closer to it, I'll probably move on a little bit later. But we'll discuss that in a minute. Let's just press on and play Burnley and make it 6 points out of 6 from this episode. Fingers crossed. Game day number 2, and I've just had a bit of a falling out with Jorginho, in all honesty. Changed his playing time from, I think it was like important player. I'm not too sure how you... Oh, no, wait, I know. Here we go. If my mouse wants to work, there we go. Agreed playing time. So he's gone down as regular starter, but was important player. Because he's been out for 2 months, I thought that made sense. And he was crying about it. And then the squad said they were unhappy with his treatment. And I was just like, well, he hasn't played for 2 months, so he's not... he may be injured, but Mola's done well. So I won the squad round by saying, well, your teammates are more deserving at the moment, and why would you change a winning team? And they're like, oh yeah, okay, good point, or whatever. And it's happened with someone else previously, but I can't remember who. But yeah, they moan so much, and it's so annoying, and now apparently he wants to leave, and all sorts. It's just like, mate, chill out. But anyway, yeah, Burnley game. No changes, Zuma and Azpilicueta are back, but they can be on the bench. So Kepa in goal, James Tamori, Christensen, Emerson at the back, Mola, Kovacic and Kante in midfield, Willian and Hudson-Odoi in the wings, Abraham up top. Abraham has just signed a nice new contract. Here we go. Playing in orange. I don't think we played in orange yet this season. This should be interesting. Just flashed up there that Burnley are the lowest goal scorers in the Premier Division, so you know how FM works. That means they'll probably go on and score 5 now in this game. And it's them with the first highlight, it would seem. Loughton with the throw into Jack Cork under pressure from Hudson-Odoi, and we forced them back. Good pressure, we force them all the way back to Nick Pope. Launches it forward, Mola will get on the end of it. Now Kante picks up the loose ball. Good ball out to Hudson-Odoi, and he get a ball in to the box, goes back to Emerson. Chance to whip it in. Instead, Hudson-Odoi again gets by his man, Abraham. Kovacic, what a lovely work goal that was. I was desperate for them to get the ball in the box, but they were patient. They passed it around, waited for the right time, and actually, a superb goal all round. Hudson-Odoi does well to get by his man, Abraham. Lovely layoff to Kovacic, and with his laces, he finds a corner. His 5th goal from midfield this season. A lovely goal, and we take the lead at Turf Moor. And there we are, half time it is, 1-0 to us. Again, not the most overly convincing performance against a side very much struggling, but we are taking the lead. And now hopefully in the second half we will push on and add to our tally. Westwood with the ball to Robbie Brady, back across to Gudmundsson. Now Matt Loughton on the overlap, gets forward. Burnley playing very deep, taking a long time for players to get forward, but Brady gets the ball under control. Charlie Taylor with acres of space finds Gudmundsson. And what a finish from Burnley 5 minutes after the restart. They are back level. A really good goal from them, to be fair. Played quite defensive in this game. But when they get forward, one opportunity and Gudmundsson has taken it. Good ball in from Charlie Taylor right to the feet of Gudmundsson. You ain't stopping that. Cracking finish on the half volley in the corner. Kovacic with the corner. We need to get back in front here. Aims for Hudson-Odoi but headed away. Aims for Willian again with the cross. Kovacic gets by Jack Cork. Kante tries to bend one into the far corner, into the near corner, but never troubling the keeper. Kovacic again, free corner there rather. Aims for Mola this time. Kante back in to Mori, heads back across. Willian back to Kovacic. Can't quite find the angle for the shot yet. William with a save and he forces it in. If there's going to be one man to get you out of a rut, you certainly can bank on it, so it's going to be. He's managed to squeeze one in. A shot initially saved by Nick Pope from a tight angle. It falls back to Willian, just blasts it, and unfortunately it hits Nick Pope on its way in. Unfortunate for Burnley, very fortunate for us. Willian's 15th goal of the season. Absolutely superb. Kovacic corner in, aims for Mola. Christensen's there and it just over the bar. could have sealed this game for us. One last chance perhaps for Burnley to get back in this game. Kovacic's great tackle. Hudson-Odoi up to Abraham. Willian's free. Abraham couldn't quite get the ball to him though. Emerson whips it in, finds Willian. His header glances it just wide. If Abraham had opened his body, Willian was there for the switch across goal, but it doesn't matter in the end. We got away with one there, but we come away with a 2-1 win. A massive result for us. If we have a look at the league table at the end of this episode, we are now only a point behind Man United. It is getting closer and closer. City 2 points further behind, but we maintain our very good run indeed. Willian now the best average rated player in the league. Absolutely superb from him. In terms of the next episode, like I said in the previous episode, the one that didn't air, I was going to play the FA Cup game and the Everton game, but I think actually just looking at that, we may as well play the 2 games at the end of January. We haven't really played any big teams in a live com yet. I know we played Liverpool in the Super Cup, but nothing in terms of the league. So let's go for Man United and Tottenham, our 2 home games in quick succession at the end of January. We'll be able to tell where we stand then in terms of the league, I would think. And that is going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.